Ever wondered how cowboys survived the harsh conditions of the Old West? Journey with us back in time, to a period where survival was a daily struggle, and preparation meant the difference between life and death. Imagine the dusty trails, the wide-open plains, the untamed wilderness. This was the world of the cowboy, a world where survival skills were crucial and the tools in your saddlebag could save your life. Now, fast forward to the present day. Prepping has become a modern phenomenon with more and more people preparing for potential disasters. But what if we told you that the cowboys of the Old West were the original preppers? That's right! Their survival gear, so essential in the wild frontier, are exactly the items we should include in our modern bug-out bags. Stay tuned as we explore the 10 indispensable items that cowboys carried and how they are relevant to you, the modern prepper. First up on our list, the rope or lariat, a cowboy's trusty sidekick. The rope was used for a myriad of purposes. Picture this: a herd of cattle grazing across the vast plains, and there, the cowboy, lasso in hand, roping the stray cattle back to the herd. But it wasn't all about cattle. The rope was a versatile tool, serving as a lifeline in emergency situations. Imagine using it to pull someone out of quicksand or tying it around a tree to make a temporary shelter. And let's not forget the countless times it came in handy for gear repairs. A quick knot here, a secure tie there, and voila! Your saddle or wagon wheel is good as new. The rope, a symbol of adaptability and resourcefulness, was a cowboy's Swiss Army knife. A rope then and now remains an essential tool in any survival kit. No cowboy would hit the trail without a trusty firearm. This was not just for show or bravado, but rather a practical necessity. The dangers of the Old West were not limited to unsavory characters lurking in saloons. Wildlife such as bears and mountain lions could pose a real threat to a cowboy out on the range. A firearm provided a crucial line of defense. But protection wasn't the only role a firearm played in the cowboy's life. Hunting was often a part of their daily routine. The ability to bag a rabbit or deer could mean the difference between a hearty meal or going to bed hungry. It's this versatility that underscores the importance of a firearm. In today's world, we certainly hope we never have to use a firearm. Yet, in a survival situation, it can provide food and protection, becoming an invaluable tool. While we hope never to use it, a firearm can be a crucial survival tool. Another indispensable tool in the cowboy's kit was the knife. A rugged, reliable knife was a cowboy's best friend, serving a multitude of purposes from sunrise to sunset. Imagine, if you will, a cowboy on the open range. He's roping cattle, preparing food, making repairs, and skinning animals, all tasks that require a sharp, sturdy blade. But the uses of a knife go beyond the day-to-day. In survival situations, a knife can be a lifesaver, literally. Need to fashion a makeshift shelter or cut through dense underbrush? Your knife's got you covered. Got a fish to clean or a trap to set? Again, the knife comes to the rescue, and let's not forget that in the wilderness, a knife can also be a potent self-defense tool, keeping threats at bay. So you see, a good knife is just as vital today as it was in the Old West. Water is life, and cowboys knew this all too well. Picturing a cowboy without his trusty canteen is like imagining a fisherman without his rod. Traveling through arid deserts, over sun-baked plains, and across parched prairies, a cowboy's canteen was his lifeline. It was more than a simple water carrier. It was a symbol of survival. The importance of water cannot be overstated, especially when venturing into harsh environments. A person can survive for weeks without food, but only a few days without water. Dehydration can lead to a rapid decline in physical and cognitive abilities, making it a deadly foe in survival situations. Just like the cowboys of old, modern preppers understand the critical role that water plays in survival. Hence, a sturdy, reliable canteen or water bag is an essential part of any prepper's kit. It's not just about having water, it's about having a means to carry it. Hydration is key in any survival scenario. When it was time to rest, cowboys relied on their bedroll. Trust me, when you've been in the saddle all day, a good bedroll can feel like a feather bed in a 5-star hotel. It's not just about comfort, though. A bedroll is your portable shelter, your insulation against the cold ground, your barrier against biting insects and crawling critters. Imagine the cowboy, after a long day on the trail, unrolling his bedroll under the vast starlit sky. He'd wrap himself in it, sometimes just a couple of blankets, sometimes a more sophisticated setup with a tarpaulin for protection against wind and rain. Your modern equivalent might be a sleeping bag and a bivy sack, but the principle is the same. You're carrying your bed on your back, ready to set up camp wherever you find yourself when the sun goes down. A good bedroll is an investment in rest and recovery. It's a piece of gear that lets you wake up ready to face another day of survival. Mealtime on the trail required some basic cooking gear and hearty food supplies. Now imagine our cowboy, dust settling around the campfire as the sun dips below the horizon. He's got a long day behind him and another one ahead, but right now, it's time to eat. A small pot or skillet was a staple in a cowboy's gear. Compact and versatile, it could be used to cook up a variety of meals over an open fire. And let's not forget the coffee pot. Cowboys were serious about their coffee, and who can blame them? A hot brew can be a real morale booster, especially on those colder nights. But what about food? Well, cowboys were practical. They needed food that was non-perishable, lightweight, and easy to prepare. Hardtack, a simple biscuit made from flour, water, and sometimes salt, was a common choice. It was hard as a rock, but it wouldn't spoil, and it packed the necessary calories. Dried beans were another staple. They could be soaked in water and cooked up into a hearty meal, and then there was jerky, dried and salted meat that was lightweight, packed with protein, and could last for months. And let's not forget the all-important coffee. Cowboys would often carry raw coffee beans, a small grinder, and a pot to brew. It was a ritual as much as a necessity, a small moment of comfort in the harsh wilderness. These items might seem simple, even primitive by today's standards, but they were reliable. They could withstand the rough and tumble lifestyle of a cowboy, and they kept our trailblazers fed and energized for the challenges ahead. The same principles apply to the modern prepper. Choose cooking gear that's durable, versatile, and easy to use. Opt for food supplies that are non-perishable, lightweight, and nutritionally dense. Smart food and cooking gear choices can make a big difference in a survival situation. Let's talk about some smaller but essential items: the hat, bandana, and flint and steel. Now these items may seem minor, but when it comes to survival, they can be lifesavers in a pinch. First up, the hat. Cowboys didn't just wear wide-brimmed hats to look stylish. These hats served a critical purpose, shielding cowboys from the harsh sun and pouring rain. The wide brim offered a sort of portable shade, protecting the eyes and skin from sunburn, while also helping to keep the rain off the face and neck during a downpour. Next, the bandana. This versatile piece of cloth was as much a part of a cowboy's kit as his lasso. A bandana could serve as a mask, protecting the nose and mouth from dust storms or smoke. It could also be used as a makeshift water filter, a bandage for wounds, or even a pot holder for handling hot cookware. And finally, the flint and steel. Long before the convenience of matches or lighters, the flint and steel reigned supreme. This simple tool was a reliable way to start a fire, essential for warmth, cooking, and signaling. Learning to use flint and steel is a valuable skill for any prepper, as it's a method that works even when modern conveniences fail. So there you have it. The humble hat, bandana, and flint and steel. Small items that pack a big punch. In a survival situation, they protect you from the elements, aid in fire starting, and serve multiple other purposes. They're lightweight, easy to carry, and most importantly, reliable. So next time you're packing your bug-out bag, give a nod to the cowboys of old and make sure these items are included. These items may seem minor, but they can be lifesavers in a survival situation. Last but not least, let's not forget about chaps and gloves. As we continue our journey through the essentials of the cowboy gear, we arrive at two items that served a critical protective function. Chaps, worn over pants, shielded the cowboy's legs from the harsh realities of the trail, from thorny brush and animal bites to the general wear and tear of a rugged environment. Imagine traversing through dense underbrush or during a cattle drive, and you'll quickly see the value of these sturdy coverings. Then we have the gloves. Durable leather gloves were a cowboy's best friend, protecting their hands from rope burns, barbed wire, and other harsh elements of daily work on the trail or during ranch work. In a survival situation, these protective pieces of gear are not just about comfort, they're about ensuring your body can weather the challenges it faces. After all, in a survival situation, protecting your body is just as important as any other preparation. That wraps up our list of 10 essential items that cowboys carried. From the indispensable rope or lariat to the protective chaps and gloves, these items played a crucial role in the survival and success of cowboys braving the Old West. Today, they're not just relics of a bygone era, but practical tools and gear that can enhance your preparedness for any situation. Remember, a sturdy knife, a reliable firearm, and a well-stocked canteen can make all the difference when you're out in the wilderness. A bedroll, cooking gear, and durable clothing items like a wide-brimmed hat and bandana can offer comfort and protection against harsh elements. And let's not forget the importance of carrying non-perishable food supplies and fire-starting tools like flint and steel. So, whether you're planning a hiking trip or preparing for an unforeseen emergency, these cowboy essentials might just be what you need in your bug-out bag. Remember to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Stay prepared, friends.